We start with Kellie Meyer at the White House, where the president is not now for, I think, the third day.
Yeah, and we actually just got an event happening at the White House tomorrow, not with President Biden, but with Vice President Harris, and she'll have a lot more eyes on her tomorrow since Biden essentially passed her the torch today. She'll have an event here on the South Lawn at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. We just got that in. We also just learned that Senator Schumer and Vice President Harris spoke this afternoon, though it's notable that Schumer has not endorsed Harris, at least not yet. We also know that President Biden at this hour is still making calls to members of Congress. We saw one representative put out a tweet saying that he just spoke with Biden. He sounds in good spirits. He said, we're also learning some more details around how Biden came to this decision today. Our Kevin Bone giving us some reporting on the polling that President Biden was shown, including Virginia and New Mexico, places that they thought were safe. And then he was shown this polling over the weekend as he's been self-isolating in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, at his home there. Then his family gathered for a meeting, according to a source, something that he has done historically at key times, and then began drafting his letter or his statement last night that he put out today. He had only told a close-knit group of people. This is something that he kept close to the chest because, as you were saying, Leland, the campaign here at the White House, they've been standing by that he was staying in this race. And it seemed as though the White House chief of staff didn't make calls really to the rest of the staff here until after Biden put out that statement, which is notable. And same for Jen O'Malley Dillon. She's the campaign chief. She made calls to the staff. They had an all-hands call, essentially kind of shifting gears to the Harris campaign. And even the fundraising note that went out from Harris campaign today still had the header, as Blake mentioned earlier, Biden-Harris, because they haven't even changed the logo yet because everything is moving so quickly, Leland.
Yeah. And you think about what was happening a week ago after Donald Trump got shot, how quickly things have moved in the past week. Kellie at the White House. She'll be with President Biden tomorrow. And we bring in Robert Sherman with Team Trump. You know, Robert, it's amazing. You and I were at the convention together. The Trump team was energized. They said, look, we've got the winds at our backs. Democrats are fighting amongst each other. Joe Biden is on the ropes. And at least for 12 or 24 hours, this has totally killed all momentum Team Trump had coming out of Milwaukee.
You know, what I would say, Leland, is that the Trump campaign has been very fine in the last couple of weeks of not necessarily being at the center of attention. We've seen different strategies in the last 3 weeks or so of trying to hang back and let the focus be on President Biden with all these talks about will he be in the race or not. And now you still see all the focus on who's going to be atop the ticket for the Democratic Party. One distinction that you're hearing from the Trump campaign is that their campaign is not built to take down a candidate. It is built to perpetuate their candidate, which is Donald Trump, which is why they say that it doesn't make too big of a difference, but rather who is atop the ticket and who is not. We are getting an inside look, a bit of an early look at exactly how they intend to go after Kamala Harris if she is the Democratic nominee. And it's largely pinning her to Joe Biden as much as possible. A big focus on the border. As you mentioned, her role as being the effective border czar on immigration, also focusing on comments that she's made in the past about fracking and energy. Pennsylvania is so top of mind for the Trump campaign as one of those states that they want to take back and are hoping that that one state alone could potentially put them over the 270 electoral vote threshold. But still a big focus on Michigan, big focus on Wisconsin as well. And so that's where they believe that they're still in a strong position. And they don't believe that Kamala Harris is going to have any bottom line impact on those states. But of course, it is early and there's still a long way to go.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.